Okay, so let's start with the equation 3x squared plus 8x equals negative 4. Alright, first step is we want this to look like standard form, so ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. The issue is, what I'm noticing actually is that I've got the ax squared here, the bx, but it looks like this plus c over here is sitting on the wrong side of the equal sign. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 4 to both sides. Now, because this 4 right here does not have an x attached to it or an x squared, we know that we cannot combine it with either of these, meaning we're going to do 3x squared plus 8x plus 4 equaling 0. Now, at this point, we can use the box method, which is what I'm going to do, or you could use the quadratic formula. For the box method, I'm going to show two different ways. I'm going to show a factor method and a box method. So let's go box method over here. And so what we're going to do is draw out the box. Let me get some different colors going here. Here's 4. 4 is going to go in the bottom right. And the 3x squared will go in the upper left. Now, we know that this makes this 3x times x to get 3x squared. What we're going to do is we are going to take 4 times 3. So we're going to come over here and go 4 times 3, resulting in the number 12. And then we're going to find all the factors of 12, which are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And what we're going to choose are the two numbers, the two factors, such that when I multiply them, I get 12. But when I add them, I get 8. So 12 plus 1 is 13. 6 plus 2 is 8. So I know these are the combinations that I'm looking for. Okay? So if I add, I've got to get 8, which is my middle term. Right? So remember that. So 2 and 6. So let's see. I'm going to put 2 here and an x and 6x here just to see what happens. I look at 2 and 4, and I know that both of these have a 2 in common, so I'm going to pull a 2 out. And for 4 and 6, I also know there's a 2 in common, so I'm going to pull a 2 out. These are, of course, going to be positive due to the fact that I have a positive here and a positive here. Therefore, both will be positive. If one of those is negative, you have to alter this just a little bit. So, at this point, I'm going to zoom this up. What we're going to get is 3x plus 2 times x plus 2 equals 0. And then here I'm going to go 3x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. And now we solve for x in each case. So we're going to subtract 2, and subtract 2 and subtract 2 here. So that's going to give us 3x equals negative 2 on this side and just x equals negative 2 over here. So there's one of our zeros. Then we're going to divide 3 and divide 3, and x equals negative 2 over 3 as our other zero. So in the system, in ALEKS, you're going to want to put this in as negative 2/3, comma, negative 2. All right? So that's your job there. The other way I wanted to show you this was just a quick factor method. 3x squared plus 8x plus 7 equals 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, was it 7? Sorry, it wasn't 7, was it? It was 4. I apologize. Let me just knock this out. Okay, let me just scribble this out real fast. Okay, so we're going to do 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. And what we're going to do, we know that's equal to 0. We're going to say this is 2 times 2, and this is 3x times x. I just look for a combination. So I notice that if I go 3x times 2, I get 6x. And if I go x times 2, I get 2x. And I know 6 plus 2 is 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go say, okay, so make my bins. X's go at the beginning. 2's go at the end. Both are positive, and then I just follow this process up here the rest of the way through to come up to the same answer.